Like, where's that six-pack? I woke up at 6 a.m. and I went to the gym. And I did this for a week and it's not there. You're not happy. You're sore. It's not bringing you joy and it's not bringing you results. So how the hell do you solve that problem? My name is Katya Gorbacheva. I'm a coach with TotalBodyLab, powerlifter and bodybuilder, and welcome y'all to the channel. We're going to talk motivation today. So if you're a super highly motivated person who does everything right, this is a video not for you. You actually probably going to leave us a bunch of useful comments right now telling us what you do to live a perfect, wonderfully motivated life, waking up at 5 a.m., taking a cold shower, going for a run, and then doing all your work and working out and connecting with all your loved ones. And what do you do in the afternoon then? I don't know. Anyways, I decided to make this video because in January, a lot of people usually reach out to me, and it's kind of frustrating because the first thing they say is, hey, I need a coach, or I need a trainer, or I need a program, because I don't have motivation to work out. And it is super frustrating for me because that usually is not a solution. Like getting a program and learning a bunch of rational things on how to work out, or why being athletic or going to the gym or doing some cardio is good for you. Rational learning about that is almost never resulting in more motivation to do those things. So there's a disconnect in what questions people ask me and the solution that exists to fix those things, right? So what I'm gonna tell you today is rationally understanding why you should do all of those things has nothing to do whether you actually do those things. And we're gonna get into the details about how to organize your life without exercising a lot of your willpower. So let's preface with the fact that willpower is like a muscle, right? So you can kind of get it jacked, get it stronger. If you didn't have willpower to do, I don't know, to work for however many hours in a row doing a boring task, writing, it could be if you're a marathon runner. I mean, there's obviously other things such as your cardio endurance and a lot of other factors, but it's also not quitting because your willpower to continue needs to be so freaking strong to continue doing it. So it's not just the physical, it's also the mental challenge, right? For me, it's the mental challenge of sitting down, writing a script, getting here, putting on my makeup, setting the camera, and just putting everything on hold until I'm done filming the videos. That's a lot of willpower for me, because what I want to do is I want to go sit at my desk and I want to chat with my clients and I want to look at their videos, because that gives me a huge dopamine response of like, oh, they care about my programs and I care about seeing them progress. Yay! So it's like a social media kind of checking situation, right? When you check things immediately, it gives you a dopamine response. You click, 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 you scroll, 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 and you feel great. But then after doing that for a while, you kind of are like, ugh, now I'm tired, I haven't even done anything. I don't feel like that because I do work, right? Looking at my clients' videos, reading their messages, responding to our wonderful, supportive TotalBodyLab family in our group chat, and making private videos for them, right? Making custom like workout kind of tips based on what they have filmed, like breaking down their form, using stuff that is useful for them. Those videos are short, they don't have to be super high quality like this, they don't have to be edited. So I just film something quickly, send it to them, film something quickly, send it to them. Anyways, this whole shebang requires more willpower for me. So no wonder that I have been coaching for years, and now, only now, I am starting to really invest into filming consistently and giving advice, I guess, publicly, consistently with high quality edited videos. Not super high quality. They can be better, obviously. I'm also learning to edit, and that's another thing. Okay, back to willpower. That all is an example of what requires me a lot of willpower to do. And the point is, it took me so long to even put myself to record short things, right? Before I started recording even shorter things, putting them on Instagram or on TikTok or wherever, YouTube Shorts. That was not a lot of willpower. As my willpower muscle got more jacked, now I can do longer form videos and I can edit them for longer and sit my butt down and actually produce better content. That goes with everything else you do, from working to exercising to being in a relationship and working on your relationship, even if it's not butterflies in the stomach now every time that you see your loved one. But yeah, I think it revolves around all areas of our life. Anyways, I mentioned dopamine. What's dopamine good for? You probably think it's one of the happy hormones. Yeah, it's a neuromediator that basically gets activated when you see something that you're super excited about immediately in that moment, right? So it is being released actually not when you receive pleasure. So let's say you scheduled a massage and you are super sore from your workout, you know you need to alleviate your muscle tension, you're so excited to get the massage, and your dopamine is actually gonna get released before you get to the therapist. It's gonna get released before you lay down on the massage table and the massage therapist squeezes the lactic acid and all other unpleasant metabolic byproducts out of your muscles. Dopamine is gonna get released before you get there, while you sit there and wait, etc. When you see a cake, or when you see a tiger, also dopamine gets released because it's like an, oh shit, I better, like you're excited to save your life. There's adrenaline and other things that are getting released in your brain as well. For example, dopamine gets released before you do a certain thing, and then when you do a certain thing, it actually is not getting released. So the point is that when you are sitting there and you think you're hungry or you're bored or whatever, and you want to eat a cake, it gets released when you walk to the kitchen, when you cut a slice, and when you're about to eat a cake. After that, it's not getting released, right? So with your prefrontal cortex, you can rationalize why you shouldn't eat the cake, and that the cake is not the best thing for you. Or you can rationalize, oh, why you should go to the gym and how, and organize your workout program and all of those things. However, if you're not super excited about working out, guess what? Dopamine is not gonna get released, right? You're actually gonna dread doing it, and you're gonna want to counteract that with some happy feeling, with some instant scrolling through social media, eating a cake, etc. Which is why we procrastinate, and which is why when we're about to begin a new behavior that has not formed the connections in our brain to easily make a connection from like, all right, if I do A, I do B, then I do C. Like if I put on my sneakers in the morning, then I put on my coat, and then I get out and I walk my dog or I run, and then, after that you get back and you do whatever, right? But the first thing you need to do is just to put on your sneakers. The rest of the behaviors follow. If you don't have that kind of routine and habit and those connections formed in your brain, then you may start thinking about, oh, how do I want to run? What do I want to wear? Oh, but it's raining. Oh, but what's the weather? Oh, but I'm kind of tired. Oh, let me have a coffee first. And then you end up sitting down on the couch and reading the news, and then it's time to go to work already. So none of that releases dopamine, as you could tell. So the point is, if you're not doing a behavior already that internal motivation causes you to get excited about, some people are excited about running because they know they can run faster later, or they can do a marathon later, and that gives them a huge dopamine response. Those people are rare. Those people are not watching this video. So unless you're that person, you're not gonna get excited from dragging your butt to the gym and then looking in the mirror and saying you don't look like one of those magazine covers, and that is gonna bring you sadness and unexcitement. I don't know the word for that. Unexcitement. Can you drop down in the comments what's the opposite of excitement in one word? Because English is not my first language. I struggle with words sometimes. Yeah, and then you are gonna look at the exercise machines and you don't know how to do them and you don't know what order and you don't know how many reps and you're afraid to get injured and you're gonna want some instant good feedback, which is not happening. Like, where is that six-pack? I woke up at 6 a.m. and I went to the gym and I did this for a week or 2 weeks or 2 months and it's not there. You're not happy. You're sore. You think you're wasting your time doing something wrong or something useless. Just, it's not bringing you joy and it's not bringing you results. So how the hell do you solve that problem? Any new behavior starts with a huge learning curve, depending. It can be a small learning curve or a bigger learning curve, but I would say for like learning how to train, actually getting any kind of excitement from it, it's a pretty big learning curve for most people. Develop my muscle connection, know what you're doing, feel the burn or feel the like pleasant little tiredness at the end of the day when you get back from it. So any new behavior starts with a learning curve and goes down to automatic behavior, okay? If you have been running for a while, you can probably just put your sneakers on and go for a jog, right? It's not anything super duper special for you. If you've never run, you always question whether you're doing it right, how, when, with whom, etc. You feel embarrassed doing it. You have actually bad feelings. You don't have any responses from your happy hormones. You have like cortisol being released. So the easiest thing to do is not use your willpower at all, to not use your internal decision-making at all. The easiest thing to do is to include some external control mechanism that keeps you in check no matter what you do, no matter how you feel, right? For example, gotta go to the gym, go with a friend. Make plans to meet your friend at 5:30 at the gym, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You don't wanna stand up your friend, you wanna hang out with your friend, and you both gotta lift weights. Perfect. Book a group class and prepay for it. So if you miss, well, you've wasted your money. Get a coach. Get excited about your coach. Get a coach that you want to talk to, right? Get a coach that you want to learn from, that you want to not disappoint. Like a lot of the clients who get programming from me, they will apologize for not doing a workout or for like traveling. And I'm like, yo, you live your life. Like, don't apologize to me. You hired me. I feel bad that like you had to miss a day because then, you know, I'm not adding value during that day. So adding any external mechanism that requires you to not think whether you should or shouldn't do something, but the fact that it's already in your schedule, you already thought about how you're doing it, where you're doing it, with whom you're doing it, that you have a friend or you have a coach, what you're wearing. Get new workout clothes. Get the workout clothes that make you feel good in your current size if you want to lose or gain weight. Doesn't matter. Like, I love this shirt. It's a new shirt that my boyfriend gave me, and it's super sticky to the bar. As you can see, it's a bar grip shirt. I'm super excited to go to the gym and train in this shirt for a variety of reasons, right? That increases my motivation to go to the gym, get to the gym on time, and watch myself lift, even though, I mean, I can't physically watch myself lift, but like, I know I'm wearing this. I got myself new leggings that a friend of mine recommended, so I just feel good wearing this, you know? I feel like doing stuff that this clothing is made for, right? Get good workout shoes. A lot of people work out, like they do strength training in running shoes. Oh, if you do that, please watch the video about lifting shoes and where I take apart all of the shoes that I have and why I'm wearing certain ones, why I'm not wearing certain ones, what I wear specific shoes for in terms of running, deadlifting, mixed workouts, squatting, benching, etc. please watch that video. And if you have any questions about workout shoes, drop the link down below. I will give you some suggestions. The ideal beginner, I guess, motivation recommendation that I have is to start with external motivation and move to internal motivation over time, right? So your external motivation can be one thing, it can be a combination of things, but the point is still to not keep relying on that. I will give you a good example from my personal history. When I used to bodybuild, left my job and went through a bunch of changes in my personal life, that made me feel very empty and just kind of alone and lonely. I started studying for my personal training exams and preparing for a bodybuilding show. If you don't know what bodybuilding is, it's essentially relatively strict dieting over a long period of time. So you lose fat very slowly and you preserve the majority of the muscle or even gain muscle if you're a pure beginner over that course of time until you lean out to a super unhealthy amount, and then you put a bunch of tan on you and bedazzled bikinis and you go on stage and a committee of people that you have never seen before in your life decides whose butt and side and shoulders and other body parts look better. I guess who looks better as a unit, including nails and makeup. I don't understand why, as an athlete, to show how much muscle I have, I need to put on a bedazzled bikini, but that is what the sport is like. The sport is about external people deciding who did a better job in preparing their body to stand on that stage for however many seconds or minutes, people getting group comparisons done and individual walks done. So I was running around with my Tupperware, probably a combination of the hardest things that I could have done in my life at the same time, and that got me quite depressed. I still did it. I won a bunch of awards at an NPC show and at an OCB show. I was just so exhausted and quickly binged my way up to my weight before, and actually over the weight that I was before bodybuilding, right? I started at 145. I was on stage at 128 pounds, probably without water, maybe 130 with water. I quickly got back up to about 150, 155 pounds. That was probably made me fat that I have gained. I started preparing first for figure. COVID happened. All my figure stuff got canceled when I was like 4 or 6 weeks out. It was really frustrating. And I started powerlifting and never stopped after that. The point of that story is I was quite sad and depressed and decided to fill the void in my life with competing in bodybuilding. That could have never filled that void because that void was internal and I was trying to fill that out. I was trying to fill it with external, I guess, validation from, the judges, people saying how amazing I look, or, having a medal or something and people knowing like, oh, I won, like I'm a good athlete or a good person. That's not how it works. It has nothing to do with the fact that you are a good professional, good coach, good person, any of those things. The void was inside of me, and after a bunch of therapy, I think eventually it got filled, and after I have worked with my body dysmorphia, recovered. I do love my body. I am probably the heaviest that I've been in my life. I'm 160 and change pounds, maybe 162 right now, maybe 163. And I really like how I look. I'm strong and capable and happy. But that took a lot of internal work. So I really wish somebody told me that only focusing on an external goal and external feedback from other people should not be the end of that road, that it's all a journey. And back in the day, my motivation was to look amazing and stay around stage lean all year. Well, apparently, my genetics, that's nearly impossible. Or if it is possible, I'd be hugely miserable for a very long time. So I shifted my perspective to staying strong and getting my internal validation and satisfaction from the fact that I'm very capable and strong, and I can relay that knowledge to other people, primarily femmes and women, so they don't have to feel fear and awkwardness in the gym, and they can start getting stronger and taking more space in other areas of their life just because they have more confidence. So it wasn't all focused on the looks, or it wasn't all focused on the awards or on what people say. I wake up and I'm excited that somebody's going to watch this video and start thinking about things a little differently. Start perceiving themselves a little bit differently. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up at this. If you need help with coaching, or if you just want to talk to me about anything related to this video, feel free to reach out to me on social media. My Instagram is Gorbacheva. All the links are in the description. I am on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and there is my email also on the website, TotalBodyLab.com. There's a bunch of free resources that are in the description of this video as well, if you wanted to grab those, or if you have decided that you need a coach for your powerlifting program or bodybuilding prep. My team is also happy to help. And until next video, bye.